Hello everyone, welcome to a new process video today. This one is actually going to be for the opening page of my New York album from 2019. And I've already picked out and cut the paper that I want, and there's actually kind of a story about this paper. It came as a 9x12 piece of paper, and this was my third time to New York, and I have actually used this same paper for one of my other New York trips a couple of years ago, and I absolutely loved it. And I didn't even think it would still be available. But lo and behold, I happened to be on Studio Calico and it was on clearance. They had some left, so I bought it again and I'm going to use it again because I love it so much. I love that it has the different districts. I love the colors that are in it, that it has a very modern look to it. I love everything about it. So I'm going to use it again. And I don't know if it bothers other people if you use the same thing in different albums. For me, if I really love it, it doesn't bother me. So for this opening page, I don't intend to do a whole lot to it. I know I probably want the date on here somewhere because I have been to New York before. I want it very clear which trip this was, so I would like the year on there. And then I also know that I want to use this as the title for the opening page. This is an acrylic piece by Bramble Fox. If you've never heard of them, they're actually out of the UK. And you can buy things individually, but they also have a monthly kit that they call the Fox Box. And I was a subscriber till just recently. I had a lot of these that were building up, and so I decided to take a break for a couple of months. I probably will go back to it, but if you're interested, check that out. The international shipping to the United States is actually not that bad. So if you like the look of this, check it out. So with this set, you get the large piece and you actually get another little apple for the big apple. And I'm not intending to use the other one, at least as of this moment. So I'm just going to attach this one. And I normally use my mono liquid glue, which I intend to do for this. And I think I'm going to place it in the upper left, just like that, because then it won't cover up any of the districts. It won't cover up the river. And it gives you that pop of white against all this color right away as soon as you look at the page. I should mention as well that when you get a piece from Bramble Fox, it does come with backing on it. You need to remove that before you put any kind of adhesive on it. And I know not all companies do that, but they do. I think it's just to kind of cut down on labor costs maybe. But just take that off and then you could put your adhesive right on the back. So here's the page with that adhered. The glue dries pretty quickly, but I'm sure it's not totally dry yet. So I'm just going to let that sit there while I figure out where I want to put the date. I think it's going to be down here, but I don't think I want to put it directly on the paper. I think I want to use maybe a larger blank label or something that I could put number stickers on it and then adhere it. So I'm going to go into my stash and see what I can find that will match with this. So I pulled out my big bag of labels here, and I originally thought I wanted this one, but I think it's too much pink. It would be over a pink area. There's a lot of pink nearby, so I don't think that's going to work. So I've decided to go with this one, which is a yellowy gold color, which I think works nicely because I've got these areas, but they're not right in the same corner where I'm going to use this. So that will be the label that I use. Now I have to figure out sizing for the letter, or for the alpha stickers. I keep saying letter and alpha. Number for the number stickers. So I have to figure out sizing for it and then color. I'm tempted to maybe go with a blue like this because there is so much orange, dark pink, a little bit of red, just to make the rivers pop a little more, but we'll see what I find when I go into my stash. All right, so I pulled out some blue number and letter sets, and these were the 4 that I selected, hoping one of them would work. I really liked the size a little bit better of these, but the colors are not right. So then I was down to these. Again, I like the sizing of this better. They're larger, but also it's not quite the right blue, whereas look at this. That's pretty close, but these numbers are quite small. So what I might do is actually do 2 rows here and do August and then 2019 so that I have both the month and the date. I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm going to put the date on first, see what I think about the spacing, and then if I feel like it's still too blank, I'll add the month. Here's what the label looks like with just the date, and I don't like that. I think it's too blank, and there is just enough room for me to fit AUG above it. So I think I am going to do that to just even it out, and then I get the month and the year. So here's the label with both the month and the year, and I love the way that looks. I just think it fills up the space better. And then I will center it here so I have the same amount of white showing on either side, and I'll just clip off the rest. And then I probably will put a little mini staple in there as well. I have the label attached. Now I'm just going to cut off the extra here. There we go. And then I will put in my staple. Right about there, I think. Yeah, perfect. And that might be it. I had pulled this little label here because the blue matched, and I thought maybe I could like tuck it under and do something with it somehow, or maybe like this, but I don't know what I would put there. Now that I see that, I do kind of like it though. I could stamp something, maybe that says New York or relates to New York. Let me look through my stamps. I know I have 3 or 4 stamp sets specific to New York, and of course I have tons of travel ones that are general, so I bet I can find something. I pulled out 3 sets that all have to do with New York, and both of these are from Kelly Purkey. This is an older one. This is fairly recent. This was 2019. This one is their date. No, but it says Hero Art, so that's old because that's when she was still designing with them. And then I have this one as well, which is from Everyday Explorers, but nothing on here was the right size, so I knew I couldn't use that one. And on this one and this one, I have a choice that I could use that would fit. This one says I want to be a part of it from the song, which I like. And then I have this one where I could just ink the part that says Manhattan and use that, because on this trip we actually did not leave Manhattan. We didn't go to any of the other boroughs. We didn't go to Staten Island. So I could use either one of those and they would fit there. So, now I have to decide what would look the best. I have decided to go with this one. I want to be a part of it. And I have to say, I love visiting New York. Would I want to live there? No. But do I like visiting? Absolutely. For about 3 to 4 days. That's about my limit. And then it's too many people and I have to get the heck out of there. But I do want to be a part of it. Every time I go, I get excited for Broadway and just all the fun things that you see and do when you're in New York City. So for me, this is appropriate. I have to honestly say, I don't know that my 2 friends that went with me, I don't know that they enjoyed it as much as I do. I think they were very overwhelmed by it. I think it was great for a first experience for them to go to New York, but I don't think they're as comfortable there, or that maybe they would be looking forward to going back as much as me, but that's okay. For me, the stamp is fitting, so I'm going to use it. I finished the stamping. It came out great. So now I am just going to tuck it under there and adhere it. All right, I put it in the page protector and it's done. So close-up time. There is the lovely acrylic piece from Bramble Fox, my awesome paper that I found on Studio Calico. And I think it was actually originally made by A Beautiful Mess, come to think of it. But I found it on Studio Calico. And there's my title or subtitle, because this is probably title, that's subtitle, and it's done. My first layout done for my latest trip to New York. Thanks for watching.